everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here today. As you can see here on my table, I have quite a few things that I want to share with you. And my idea is to show you that with only one stamp you can create tons of different projects and of course beautiful things. So I'm going to start telling you what is it that I used, and then I'm going to explain each one of my projects, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to take this out of here so we have space for the supplies. So the image that you are seeing in all of my projects is this tiny doll, and this is a Magnolia Stamp. It's this tiny, so I love this one. This is the info on this one over here. Their name is Christmas Kitchen Tilda, okay? And it is super beautiful. So what I did is that I stamped my images on regular white cardstock, and then I used my alcohol markers to color all of my dolls, okay? And then if you see, I have them in these little jars, and I used two different paper punches to create this. And the first one is this one, and this is an EK Success paper punch. And then I use my newest addition, and this one is a Stampin' Up paper punch, okay? So these are the ones that we used. And let me tell you why I have both of them, because apparently they might be the same paper punch, but they have a slight difference in size and shape. So let me punch out one of each, so I can show you. This one is the paper punch. This is the Stampin' Up. And this other is the EK Success paper punch. So the difference between them is that this one is a little bit skinnier and taller. And if you see, they have the difference here where the cap is supposed to go. And if you see when they are together, the EK one is a little bit taller than the Stampin' Up one. Okay, so I use both of them to show you that you can use any jar shape that you have, meaning you can cut it with your Cricut machine, or you can punch out with your punches, or you can use your dies. Whatever works for you and whatever you have in hand is going to fit into this project. So this is the first one that I created. So I'm using regular white cardstock for the back, and then I use some scraps from my bin, and then I use this silver cardstock that I had on my stash to create the lids. And if you see, all I did is that I am using some foam tape to give some dimension to the image. And then I use my gold paper clips and just a circle made out of cardstock to create these paper clips to put in your journals, in your books, or your tags, or any project that you want. And I think this is a great idea, not only to use our tiny stamps, but also to use all those scraps that you will put in your bin or box or drawer, and that is fantastic. Okay, so this is the first project. And then I created some bag toppers or tag toppers or card toppers, because these are flat in the back, and you can put this on top of a gift bag, or just a gift, or on top of a tag or a card. The sky is the limit with that. And I think it is also a great idea to use everything that we have in our stash. And let me tell you something about these shapes. These were made using my Cricut machine, because this is an SVG file. This scalloped heart and also the rosette. And I got that at myscrapchic.com. Super beautiful SVG. But if you don't have a die cutting machine, or you don't use SVGs, that's why I made this other one, because what I do is that I use my regular nesting hard dies, and there is no problem. Okay, so this one has the SVG here in the back, then the yellow heart, but then on top I use this crochet doily that I created a very long time ago, and then I'm using foam tape not only behind the image but also behind the jar to give some dimension to all the project. And then I'm adding these beautiful butterflies that are part of the same paper collection that I use for this jar, and I created those butterflies using this very old paper punch. Okay, so that is all that is going on in this beautiful heart. And if you see, I still have some strings of hot glue, but it doesn't matter. And then I created this other one using all of my nesting dies, and then this greenery comes from this Spellbinders set, and I'm using this doily over here and then this greenery over here. Okay, so I created my own flowers, and these are made using this paper punch, and then I just use hot glue to put them together. And then on top of that, I am adding some glitter glue, some pearls over here all around. And if you see here, I have the doily that I show you in the set, and I think this one looks super adorable. And of course I'm using foam tape not only behind the image but also behind the jar. Okay, so this is my second idea. And the third one is that a very long time ago, when I just had the Cricut machine that used the cartridges, I had to buy this template. So this is a PDF that I've had on my stash for a very long time ago, and that creates this beautiful bow. And this is supposed to be a card, but I don't have I didn't make the card. I just created the bows because I think they are super beautiful. And look at that. It is a lot of layers over here. The white part that you see all around is one layer, and then the design paper is the second layer, and it has this big one. There is another smaller, and I use these regular doilies that you get either at any craft store or also at the dollar store. And I cut them in half and put one half here in between the two bows over here, and then I'm using this trim that I had on my stash. Here is the jar again, and this beautiful flower, I guess, and then my handmade flowers over here, and I added some beautiful gemmies here in the corners. And I think this is super beautiful, and you can add this to any gift bag or any present, or put it on top of a huge tag. But I mean, this is super adorable. And I created another one in green, and in this one, instead of using handmade flowers, I'm using these beautiful butterflies, the same ones that I created for the heart over here, but this time I created them in white. So this is super beautiful, and because this is a PDF file, I had to hand cut everything, but I mean, it is not that hard, and it is super easy to put together, and I think it is so worth it because it looks super amazing. Okay, so these are my 3 ideas for today. I hope that you love what you are seeing, and if you do, please share this video with your friends, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That is very helpful. And thank you very much for watching. Please take care and see you very soon. Bye.